Hello, this is the garage. Just so you know, the garage was full of brush almost up to the door edge and out to about here. Kind of went here and then along the line going back. But got this big old wood chipper and spent a whole day doing it. The logs got taken out yesterday, the logs that were here, the huge cottonwood and a couple odds and ends of pine and linden. This is the pile of all of the tree waste that was chipped over, like all the stuff that I had, plus the brush. These are the linden logs that I haven't finished chopping up yet because frankly I got tired, and I think I may have worn out my second chainsaw blade. I bumped the ground with it because that's smart. Don't do as I do, anybody. Going back, it looks considerably different. The wood pile has grown. I'm gonna have to start chopping firewood pretty soon because I'm getting close to having all my edging in. Figure out what to do with that when I get there. It's probably going to be, at Becca's request, some shirtless lumberjack days. Maybe with suspendies and a bra. Fire pit is drying out. And then the cottonwood chunks that came out of the front yard, I pulled them out and dropped them in. I want kind of thinner and more regular height ones to go along this back walkway here behind the wood chip pile to finish closing it in, just kind of make it look a little better. And this is all going to be hidden by bushes and whatnot anyway. But so you can see now with the tree pile out, those bins are my organic soil. I was using it for cannabis for years and for my garden on my deck, so it's really well composted, really strongly amended. I'm pretty sure that's just going to go into garden beds to get like a jump start with the gardens, because I'm kind of sick of growing cannabis. Like, it's not that much of a challenge, it's just a pain in the ass at this point, and I don't really enjoy growing it because it's easy and I don't really use that much of it anymore. Like, I don't need it for medicine. So that's going into the annual garden. Wood chip pile has come down about a foot over time. You can see I flipped it a little bit. There's some grayish needles and stuff in there. That's where it started to break down, and the bacteria started eating up the nitrogen in composting. When it was snowing, there was steam coming off of this spot in the pile pretty much constantly, because that's where the most of the fir wood chips got dropped. But if you take a look, like over here is another one. It's, I don't know how well you can see in this, but the it's breaking down. That kind of brownish color is the sign that it's starting to break down a little bit anyway. I put about 25 pounds of urea on this pile. That's a nitrogen fertilizer that comes from chicken waste, from like the egg farms and chicken farms. So I mixed it in. You really should dilute it in water and then throw it in, because otherwise, like, it forms, like, that's a chunk of just pure nitrogen right there, half nitrogen. So don't do what I do again. But so I'm going to have to come back out here another day and water that, and water it really thoroughly in with a sprinkler, like one of the movable sprinkler heads. Just stick it on the top of the pile and just drench the pile. That ought to get it composting the way it needs to with the urea in. And then this is the aspen chunks that I found that I'm going to colonize with lion's mane. This is all there are. So I got one good pile's worth. Next weekend I think I'm going to do a video of that. And then over here, let's look at the linden. I have linden, and then so this is linden. This is maple. I think it's silver maple. Anyway, it's good for shiitakes too. Linden, but there are only about 4 linden logs I want to do, it looks like. A lot of this in here is pine, or it's rotten out, and then there's one that's cottonwood and rotten out. I don't want to, you don't want to try and start mushrooms inside an already rotten log. Yeah, but so this is a maple chunk. Maple, fir, fir, fir. So those two maple chunks are getting inoculated with the shiitake spawn too. For the plants, heritage red raspberries and gold raspberries, Chester thornless blackberries, red currants, I forget what kind, one kind of gooseberry, and then one other thing have come in the mail. I'm waiting on 3 or 4 different ribes plants. They're the family of gooseberries, josseberries, and currants. They're all essentially the same plant, just different size fruit. And then the sterile comfrey, the comfrey that doesn't seed, because if you get the stuff that seeds, it spreads like crazy here, and you can never get it out because it also reproduces by pieces of root. But so the sterile comfrey is also starting to sprout. So next weekend, gonna take a look at the plants. Everything is dormant and it's kind of getting woken up right now. I don't know if it'll be good to look at the grow room next weekend or not, but I'll do a how to colonize log chunks video, because I'm going through and I have all my plug spawn, I have 10 pounds of wax. I'm ready to start colonizing these logs. So until then, have a good one, y'all. Take care.